Good Friday morning, everyone. Hopefully, everyone's doing okay out there. First and foremost, can someone tell me if you can hear me? That would be great. And then, please, if you're joining us, please comment where you're from, hit that like button, share with your friends and family, especially if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, comment where you're from, and then if you have not subscribed over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It's like liking a page on Facebook, just different lingo on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit all for notifications. You'll be notified every time we go live on YouTube or post a video. All right, so as you see on your screen here, this is northwestern parts of Arkansas up towards Springdale, Fayetteville area. Roads are flash freezing, like I was talking about yesterday. This would happen. So roads are getting icy because of all that rain last night, and then this Arctic front coming in, dropping temperatures very fast across the area. At this camera location in Northwest Arkansas, it's already down to 25 degrees, and snow is coming down pretty good, about a mile visibility or so, and then snow is accumulating pretty rapidly on I-49 here in Northwest Arkansas. Now we have severe weather to talk about out in the eastern part of Arkansas. There's been some warnings here over the last hour. Those have transitioned into parts of Tennessee, into Mississippi. We're going to go over all the severe weather here. And then this wraparound snow is going to start creating more travel problems across northern Arkansas, northwest and north central Arkansas, and into southern Missouri as we go through the morning hours. So we're going to wait for a few more people to get on here, and then we will get started this morning. All right, good Friday morning, everyone. If you are just now joining us, please hit that thumbs up button or the like button on YouTube, or I'm sorry, Facebook, that is. Please comment where you're from, share with your friends and family. And if you're over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, comment where you're from. And if you have not subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is free. It's like liking a page on Facebook. Hit that all on notifications. You'll be notified every time we go live or post a video over on YouTube as well. So multiple ways to get information. So this is Northwest Arkansas right now. Snow is starting to wind down just a little bit across the area, but damage is done. Uh, I-49 here is icy and snow covered, as you can see here. Temperatures are in the mid 20s now across parts of Northwest Arkansas. So roads are flash freezing from all that rain last night into this morning, and the snow started falling, melting on some of this blacktop, and now we're getting into the mid to lower 20s across parts of Northwest Arkansas. So it's getting icy very quickly across parts of Arkansas into southwest Missouri. This is going to slowly translate east. This wraparound is a little bit heavier than what models depicted, which we kind of figured that would happen because this storm was in the developing stages as we went from New Mexico through Oklahoma through Arkansas now, and it's going to head up northeast. We're going to talk about a blizzard up in Chicago towards Iowa, huge amounts of snow up that way. And then we're going to talk about the severe weather, of course, that's happening across Mississippi this morning. All right, this is further east into Arkansas. This is Highway 16. This is Edwards Junction. This is about 2,200 feet in elevation. Snow is flying here now. This is just east of Fayetteville, basically in the higher terrain of northwestern Arkansas. Like I said, Highway 16, Edwards Junction. Snowing pretty well. Camera's having some connection issues every once in a while, but starting to snow there as well as these temperatures really start dropping across the area this morning. All right, here's the national hazard map here, so you can see a lot going on. This brown color, basically from Texas all the way through the southeast into northeastern parts of the United States. Those are wind advisories for 30 to 35 mile an hour gusts. These kind of brownish mustard colors are high wind warnings. So you get gusts in excess of 50 miles an hour in those parts of the area here, especially across Kentucky and Indiana here, parts of New Mexico even as well. All these little teal colors here, those are wind chill watches, warnings, and advisories all the way up to the Canadian border. Blizzard warnings, South Dakota through Iowa into west central Illinois. And then basically winter storm warnings from Nebraska all the way through Illinois. Blizzard warnings now into Michigan, into Wisconsin. Like I said yesterday, I would not be shocked if these got moved further east. They're starting to get issued a little bit further east as well. Chicago, I looked at a few videos this morning. They were getting absolutely crushed this morning. So travel is going to be a nightmare up in that part of the United States. And here comes the system that's going to be a little bit of a troublemaker later this week and into early next week. Details are still being refined, but winter weather is going to be likely, possibly, especially across Oklahoma to Arkansas, Missouri, southern Missouri, into Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, parts of Mississippi, parts of Alabama, maybe even northern Georgia, northern half of Louisiana, and possibly northeastern Texas as we go into. Models were trending, basically doing a pump fake here on models. Euro started doing it. GFS kind of started doing it. The CMs, the Canadian model has been rock solid ever since, and now the GFS has come back, and now the Euro starting to slowly increase QPF. Basically precipitation back. Just it's starting to increase it more and more. So kind of fake this out here, but this system has yet to be sampled, so it's going to be further refined. We think the winter weather is coming. It's just the details around the Sunday Monday system is where the setup's going to be, where the heavier snow's going to be, where the ice and sleet's going to be. I mean, it's all dependent on this second front that comes in, this Arctic hammer that comes in, and where that kind of sets up because we're gonna have a lot of Gulf moisture trying to run up and over this Arctic air. Just stay tuned for that as well. So let's get into severe weather here. We have tornado watches down here towards southwestern parts of Tennessee through most of Mississippi. We do have a tornado warning or two here in Mississippi. Lots of severe thunderstorm warnings as well. So we're going to go over the severe aspect here. All right, severe weather. Enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms across parts of central and northern Mississippi and western Alabama. Most of this is going to be into the morning hours today, and then it's going to slowly move east into the Carolinas towards this evening. Okay, severe thunderstorm winds with a few tornadoes are possible across a large part of the southeastern United States through early this evening. The most intense wind gusts, potentially above 70 miles an hour, are possible through midday over parts of the mid South into the Tennessee Valley regions. Okay, so enhanced risk, Tupelo, Mississippi, just southwest of Memphis or south of Memphis here, most of northern half of Mississippi. This is mostly going to be into the morning hours and then transition towards noon into this evening through the rest of the area here. So slight risk from Jackson, Tennessee, all the way down to Atlanta, Tallahassee, Florida, Pensacola, Mobile, Alabama, up towards Columbia, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, Charleston, up towards Wilmington, North Carolina as well. Stay weather aware today across this area as we could get a few tornadoes, like I said, and some damaging straight line winds in excess of 70 miles an hour is possible across this area. So I wanted to show you this radar real quick. So we have a lot going on. Heavy rain, severe weather ongoing across central parts of Mississippi here, and then into lots of drenching downpours up here in Tennessee with embedded thunderstorms as well. Very heavy rain, southern Missouri or southern Illinois into Indiana. Now here comes the back edge of the precipitation with the snow that's driving east across parts of Arkansas here, and I'm going to show you why this was underdone. I'll show you this one model here in just a second because it's not showing anything across northwest Arkansas. And I showed you the pictures around Fayetteville to Bentonville area, Springdale area this morning with that heavier snow coming down. So this is going to be problematic across this area, southern Missouri as well as we go throughout the morning. All right, let's go over future radar. This is the HRRR here. So lots of thunderstorms ongoing. This is actually a pretty good depiction of what's happening right now. So HRRR is doing very good at that. It's sucking on the back end of this because look, it has nothing across northwest Arkansas into southern Missouri. Just a little blip here and there. And you saw current radar trends just a few seconds ago, showing a lot more coverage than that. And this doesn't really show anything even towards 9, 10 o'clock hour across Arkansas here. And then as we get through the next couple hours, Mississippi is going to start winding down here. And then this is going to really start translating into more severe weather out towards Alabama, into Georgia as we go into right around midday or so. And then after tonight, and we get towards later this afternoon into this evening, it's really translating into Georgia, into the Carolinas. Very heavy snow on the backside of this with blizzard conditions across Iowa into parts of Illinois here into Wisconsin. 50-mile-an-hour winds is possible on the backside of the system coming in. So blowing and drifting snow is going to be lighter, fluffier snow than they did this past Monday, Tuesday, where they got 8 to 16 plus inches of snow back here in Iowa and parts of the area here in Nebraska. And now they're getting another 8 to 16 on top of that, plus lighter snows, 50-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be a dangerous scenario travel-wise across this area. Like I said, 40 to 50-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be just very bad across that area. So as we go into later today to this evening, storms getting going over here towards the Carolinas. rain changing to a little bit of mix of the snow in the higher elevations here of West Virginia, up here towards Ohio as well. Very heavy snows in and around Chicago later this evening, even still. And then most of Michigan is getting crushed with this as well. So snow on the onset here in Pennsylvania, and then it changes to rain, and then the backside of here, the Arctic here is coming, and then look at this. We have lot. We're going to have tons and tons of lake effect snow over the next week over this area as this the Great Lakes are still very warm, and then we're going to get this very cold Arctic air running over the top of it. So lots of snow to come across that area over the next few days. All right, let's talk about this next system a little bit, but actually first, let me show you the snowfall accumulations. Let's hide this real quick. Let's go here. So this is total snowfall accumulations through Saturday morning. Um, Big time blizzard, like I said, 8 to 16 plus. Most of Iowa up towards Wisconsin and Michigan. 4 to 8 in the peak. Dark blue 2 to 4. Lighter blues here 1 to 2. Like I said, dusting to an inch around northwest Arkansas and north central, southern Missouri. You already see that happening across northwest Arkansas as I showed you the road conditions earlier in this live. And then this is just this second storm system. Okay, so we're not even talking about the third system. I'm not even going to put snowfall accumulations out yet for the third system because there is models pulling this. I'm going to take all the moisture away, and now it's going to start bringing it back. So hopefully you're not just model watching and just like, oh, the snow's going to be over. Well, these some of these models do pumps and just go from just crazy amounts to nothing, and then it's slowly starting to bring it back. And then I'm going to show you here on the Euro here. Look at this. So the right side of the screen is 00Z. Look at this. It has basically hardly any QPF, basically precipitation output across the area here. Now it's going to be very cold with this system. Okay, so it's going to be even with this on the right side of your screen with this minimal amount of moisture, the snow ratios could be, especially if you're in the teens, maybe single digits, could be 20 to 25 to 30 to 1 on snow ratio. So it's not going to take much for accumulation. And then with that much cold air, the road surface is already going to be below freezing, and anything that falls is going to stick immediately. The roads are going to be garbage. The travel is going to be highly discouraged as we go later this weekend into early next week. So then we go to the left side of your screen. This is the 06Z Zoo or 06. This is basically the newest Euro here. You see that it's bringing the QP, the precipitation back into the area. The GFS also did this last night. Okay, so like I said, this system has not been sampled yet, so there's going to be run to run big differences across the area. So you need to look at this. If you're model watching, look at the ensemble members and see what it tells you, and then you can look at each individual member and see what's happening and see trends. Okay, so here we go back to the Euro. It's starting to ramp back up. Okay, I will be honest with you, the Canadian has been rock solid with this system coming out and with the cold coming in. So I'll be honest with you, 2021 kind of this is not going to be this kind of the same setup, but it reminds me a little bit of February because of 2021, because the model still did this back then. It showed hardly anything. Then all of a sudden we got, the GFS was showing it, the Canadian was showing it, the Euro was backing off, and then coming back, backing off, coming back. So stay tuned on this. This is going to be a very tricky scenario. I think the winter weather is coming. It's just where exactly and how much is the question across this area. So, like I said, anything that falls is going to stick immediately. There's going to be no question about it. There's going to be major travel impacts even with just an inch of snow. It's going to be blowing around. There's going to be lots of wind with this as well, and this dry, powdery snow. It's just going to be blowing all over the place. So um, basically, it's going to be very dangerous travel conditions across the area once we get into the later this week. So let's take a look at the GFS real quick. All right, here's the GFS. Now this is 48-hour precipitation. Okay, so this is basically going from Sunday to Tuesday. All right, so you can see this on the right side of your screen. This is 00Z. This is basically that late night run last night. See, it kind of the QPF here kind of just diminished across a lot of the area, but this is just liquid equivalent. So if you have 20 to 25 to 1 snowfall ratios across parts of Oklahoma into northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, into Tennessee, it's not going to take much. So this 0.13 here, you basically double the 2.5 times that, and you'll get your snowfall amounts. Okay, so zero point 0.1 or 0.13 here. If it was a 10 to 1 ratio, that'd be 1.3 inches of snow. So if you double this to 2.5 times this, we're looking at 2.5 to 3 inches of snow. This is just with the GFS doing a pump fake. Okay, so as we get on the left side of your screen, 06, this is the newest GFS, really ramping up, the moisture now. So significant. If this came true, there'd be significant totals across this area with those higher snowfall ratios. Like I said, it's not going to be a wet snow at all. It's going to be this dry, powdery snow. It's going to fluffy snow. It's going to add up pretty quickly. And as soon as it starts snowing, it's going to stick on contact. There's going to be no what ifs. What if that? What if it's not going to stick on the roads? What if it's going to stick on the grass? No, it's going to stick everywhere because it's going to be that cold outside, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So let's take a look at the Canadian real quick. All right, so here's the Canadian model. Right side is the 12Z from yesterday, and the 00Z is the newest Canadian run. You see high QPF amounts. Same with the 00Z. It's kind of moved it just a little bit further east, but still, I mean, if you take some of these numbers, for example, up into Fayetteville, if this model came true, this is not a forecast, just letting you know. You take this 0.33, just take a 20 to 1 ratio, that would be almost 6.5 inches of snow. Okay, so it's not going to take much QPF to create some problems and some pretty decent snowfall amounts across the area. So that's something to keep in mind. We're going to have a lot more. I'm going to be live with the supporters here later this morning, and then we're going to go over a lot more in detail about what could happen. And I'm going to be live again later tonight, going over all the possible scenarios. I may have a snowfall map, but it may be a little bit too early. I need a little bit more consensus here because, like I said, the euro dropped everything off, and now it's starting to come back towards what the Canadians been saying this whole time. GFS dropped off. Now it's coming back as well. So basically what the Canadians been saying. So lot going on, a lot going on. So let's take a look at temperatures here because they are dropping like a rock across parts of the area here. All right, this is Harrison, Arkansas. You can see at 7 a.m. it was 45 degrees. Okay. Then as you get into, look at this, as you get into 8 o'clock hour, it's 34. So 11-degree drop in an hour. And now it's snowing up that way. And temperatures are getting close to below freezing across that area. So I mean, it's coming. There's going to be, like I said, flash freezes across southern Missouri and northern Arkansas with those winter weather advisories, of course, are in effect across that area. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to be live later tonight. I'm going to be live with the supporters here later this morning, going over all the information, a lot more detail with them. And then this is this is what's going to happen through Saturday morning here. Like I said, dangerous blizzard across the Midwest here, basically from Chicago all the way through to Iowa, Wisconsin, and parts of Michigan here. And then, as you can see, even in Northwest Arkansas, they were already getting a dusting to a little bit over that across there. So, dusting to an inch possible across northern Arkansas into northeastern Oklahoma, southern or southwestern parts of Missouri. Maybe a dusting up that way. And this is just the second storm. We have another storm to talk about after that, and we'll get into more detail, with that later this evening when I go live again. So let's go over the severe weather. All right, significant severe weather is possible across parts of Mississippi into Alabama. This is this morning and through possibly midday into Alabama, and then translating east as we go throughout the day into Georgia in the Carolinas. Some tornadoes out there, damaging straight line winds in excess of 70 miles an hour, and then maybe a few hail reports here and there, large hail reports. So stay weather aware across this area as we go throughout today. And then this will be probably one of the last days. Maybe Florida will get a little bit as we go into later tonight across that area. But the severe weather is going to go away after this for a while. And then Arctic air is going to get entrenched into the region across this area. Actually, let me show you temperatures real quick. What's going to happen? All right, here is current wind chill temperatures across the United States. So you got 24 in Springfield, 52 up here towards it's 52 in Batesville, 60s. These are wind chill. There's no wind chills there if you're 60s or 70s here, but you can see 67 in New Orleans, and then you get up here towards Oklahoma City. It's already -1 for a wind chill. Get up to Kansas, it's already teens below zero for wind chills. And then you get up towards Montana, it's 40 to 50 to 55 below zero for wind chills. Dangerous cold is coming. It's slowly getting into the area, even around Dallas right now. It's 16. It feels like 16 outside. So this is going to be a very big shock to the system across this area. And it's going to slowly get south and then east as we go throughout. This is just the first front, of course. And we got another big front coming. I'm going to plow through the region here as we head into later this weekend. All right, I'm going to basically leave you with this scene here. This is just north of Harrison, Arkansas, and the snow is coming down very quickly. You see that a truck just passed here, and then you can see the snow starting to accumulate on this bridge here. You can see the tracks here, so it's starting to accumulate on the roads in northern Arkansas. So be very careful. Flash freezing is happening with that basically a brief heavy snow band coming through. So roads are going to be turned to absolute garbage in a few areas here across northern Arkansas, southern Missouri as we go forward through this morning. So I'm going to leave you with this. We'll be live again. We'll be live again later this evening with going over this next system basically, and then we'll be live with supporters later this morning going over more details of what could happen later this weekend across the area. Okay, so we're going to leave you with this picture. Hopefully you all enjoy your day. Please stay safe out there. Stay weather aware in those severe weather areas. We've had severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings, and now we got snow and heavy at that at times across northern or northwestern parts of Arkansas. The roads are turning slushy and flash freezing is happening across the area as these temperatures rapidly drop across the area. Stay safe, everyone. We will talk to you again later this evening.